All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna just work on pulling the PSA data while y'all get rolling on in here. What is today? Today is the 22nd. 22nd. Hobby Beast, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Let's bring this over here. So I need to pull some data today. Put that right there for a second. Jonas, what's up, brother? What's going on? Joshua, what's up, my man? Hey, well, welcome, Joshua. That's what's up, man. Ulufale, what's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome. Good evening, good evening, good evening, folks. Flipping, what's up, brother? Let's see here. All right, so that's open. I'm just pulling PSA pop report data for this week while folks get rolling in. Can I get a quick sound check? Everybody can hear me okay? Everybody good? Video's good? Basketball coins. Good, everybody's good. Well, good. Football cards. Football coins. Football cards, football coins. Golf, hockey. Miscellaneous. What's going on, everybody? Petey, what's up, my man? First time live. Congrats. Thanks, Wagner. I appreciate it, man. Welcome. Glad you're able to get in with us live. Waiting for all this stuff to load up. Cause man, we had a busy week this week. We had a busy week in the hobby this week. We got a lot to talk about. Man, just a lot going on. Bishop, what's up, my man? I kind of want to take care of this little business real quick while I'm pulling the data for next week's update. I've been getting pretty good at the at trying to guess how many they've done. Let's see if we're anywhere near it today. One of the things that I didn't talk about in last week's update, PSA update, is that somebody actually submitted a basketball coin, and I didn't talk about that. I completely missed the opportunity to talk about that. So I'm gonna bring it up in next week's video, or in this Wednesday's video, to see if I can catch anybody in the comments that says that they were the one that submitted the coin, because that coin was sitting at 282 for ever, or 281 forever, and then it clicked over to 282 last week, and I didn't say shit about it, and I should have made a much bigger deal about it. I didn't really pay attention. I think I was a little too fixated on the fact that soccer made such a big jump, and there was some reductions and stuff like that, which is PSA kind of cleaning up their pop report, and moving a lot of cards that were moving them over to or that were miscellaneous, and moving them over to the other category, which is good. It's good to see soccer get some respect, and get them categorized properly, which is dope. So kind of throws off my numbers a little bit, but it is what it is, I suppose. If you guys are joining, hit the like button on the stream, please. It'd be much appreciated. If you don't follow me already on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Retro Hoop Breaks. Those of you that have been reaching out to me with questions and just overall support for the channel, Man, I've been getting a lot of love on Instagram, so I appreciate that. If you follow me, I'll follow back. So whatever that may do as an incentive for you guys to follow, I'm happy to do that too. So let's see. I'm trying to knock this out because I kind of want to be able to give you guys, or not really give y'all, but at least give some kind of commentary about the pop report, as just kind of a special thing for the people that join the live stream. Oh my God, they did terrible. Man, PSA did terrible. They did terrible. Podcast, what's up? T Sizzle, what's up, my guy? Global Sports Cards, what's going on? Mason Berry, what's going on, my man? You're killing it with the content and the unique data points no one else is making. You're doing God's work, my guy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mason. I'm just trying to do what I do, man, you know. As Liam Neeson says, I have a special set of skills. And I'm glad to do that. Ruthie, what's up? Professor Oak, what's up? Bishop, what's up? SGC has my number, half Robert Lewandowski, and they're grading it now. Oh, snap. So you decided to go with SGC, huh, Bishop? That's a monster card, bro. I was talking to my cousin about that, who's a big soccer fan, and he's like, he doesn't know shit about the hobby, like as far as like collecting and stuff like that, but he knows soccer. And whew. Pittsburgh, what's going on, my man? Matt Jones, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Daniel, good evening. Joseph Cooks, what's up? Eric, what's up? Ruthie, I'm happy to hear that you're giving SGC a shot. You won't be disappointed. I hope that I hope you get some good grades on your stuff. I can tell you that whatever your grade is going to be pretty accurate and pretty fair. I feel they've never done me wrong, so good luck to you, and hopefully you get some stuff. What are you sending? I'd be curious to know what you're sending. Check out the slab pics you just sent me. Petey, you just sent me something? Let's see what's going down. See what I got from my man Pete. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, all nines, Pete. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes, folks, hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you're in the stream, I appreciate y'all joining. Man, Santi, what's up? I don't know that we have too many like small shows around here. I haven't really like plugged myself into like the local shows so much. I need to though, because I'm gonna do a little bit of I said I was gonna do this last week, but I haven't had a chance like to just put everything, list everything on eBay. But I'm really on the hunt for my Prism, the Elijah Prism that I need to 10 from the 1920 Prism Rainbow. I'm really chasing that, and I need to put together some money. So I'll probably be doing a little bit of selling on eBay. I need to put together some money and start hitting these card shows, because I got a feeling that that's going to be where I'm going to find it. So I need to put it out there that I'm looking for that card. I mean, obviously, like, this channel and this community has grown like ridiculously over the last couple of months, which I'm like eternally grateful for. But I also need to get out there and start kind of meeting some folks and kind of networking in terms of my goals as a collector and what I'm looking for. So I haven't really plugged myself into the local scene. I need to, and I need to start hitting some more like smaller local shows, because I know we have them. I mean, Houston's like the 5th biggest city in the U.S., and I'm sure that we got some small local shows that I'm missing out on. I will be in Dallas next Saturday for the Dallas Card Show, so I'm gonna do some hunting around there, but hopefully we'll see what happens. But yeah, I need to get plugged in a little bit better, Santi, for sure. Is your webcam gonna stay on tonight? Yes, it is actually. I am on AC power now. I got an AC power adapter. Everything's up and running, so that's pretty dope. Josephi, what's the outlook on HGA? I actually got a little story about HGA. I fell onto, or I popped up on, I pop up on Tyler Hit's radar with my last video that I did about the layoffs, and so you know, he jumped on and had a couple things to say in my comments, which was kind of dope. So we'll see. We'll talk about that in a bit. Ruthie's sending 2 CD Lamb gold rookies and 2 King Griffey Jr. cards from when I was a kid. That's dope. I'm not a huge fan of the Cowboys, but good luck to you on those CD Lambs. Gold rookies. Are those to 10? That's dope. Wagner Pimenta. I'm mainly into vintage soccer. SGC, best slabs for it to do, in my opinion. Yeah, if you're going to go vintage, man, SGC is just where it's at. I like it. T, you're going to have to plug me in on those small shows, bro. I need to get plugged into that, man. I need to start showing up at some of those, and I need to get my brother to start giving me some inventory so we can do some of those smaller shows, man. Especially local ones, you know. If it's like something popping off like every weekend, that'd be dope. Something I can like just go to in the morning and see what's going on there. I have 40 cards at HGA, and I'm wishing I did SGC again. I just did SGC again. So Flippin', you're saying you got 40 cards at HGA that you're wishing you should have sent to SGC? Is that what we're saying? I have 18 unopened boxes of vintage Star Wars, and I'm debating on opening and subbing to SGC or keeping them sealed. Man, you know my policy when it comes to anything vintage. If you got boxes, sell as many as you need to sell to break even, and then break the rest. That's what I do. I got my LCA twice a week. I go to my LCS twice a week. I don't you know what? I got to find a good LCS here in Houston. I haven't found anything. And then again, I haven't been looking either. I pulled a LaMelo courtside silver prism in a break. It's at PSA right now. I had to eat the bullet at $300. Should be back this week, hopefully, though. Joshua, I don't blame you, man. For as much as I don't like PSA and as much as I'm not going to give them any of my money, if I had pulled that exact same card and I felt like it was going to do good, even though I don't trust PSA to give a fair grade, even that card and even a 9 right now would probably net you some pretty good profit, though. So it sucks sometimes, man, because you know, one thing that I never denied is that PSA is king when it comes to resale value. So if flipping is what you're looking to do, man, I'd say you did good, man. Isaac Martinez, love the content. Thanks for shedding the light on the role SGC plays in the hobby, rooting for someone to give PSA a run for their money. I'm with you, bro. Same thing. David Boyd. Oh, shit. David Boyd, like your content, keep it up. Out of SGC and HGA, which one do you think is the best for resale? Man, I really haven't done the research on that, David, to be honest with you. I would say that SGC has a much more, has a longer pedigree in the game, especially from a vintage standpoint. So, but, you know, HGA does have the really nice labels and you know, the color coordination and all that stuff. So I would say they're probably neck and neck. You couldn't go wrong with either one in terms of their resale. Obviously, their resale is not going to be as good as PSA, but you can't go wrong with either one as far as resale is concerned. For me, for my PC, it's always going to be SGC. But, you know, it is what it is. Adventures with Troy. What's up, Troy? Do you have a stack of cards you're thinking to send off to SGC? My guy, I'll show you exactly what I got right here. This is, all these cards right here are in top loaders already, or one touches, or not one touches, card savers. You know, just stuff that I got that I'm ready to send. I got my man Pete. He's got a few of these cards in here. We're waiting on a few cards back. I actually pulled this one the other day. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I was pretty happy to have pulled that card. On Campus, Russell Wilson, silver. I think it's a case hit in Prism draft picks. And then I got a handful of Trey Youngs. I got a bunch of stuff. So yes, I got a box right here that I keep with all my stuff. And as soon as the funds become available, they get wrapped up and off they go. So yeah, I got a stack, man. I got a stack that we're doing. Natsman, what's up, brother? I just had a 65 card sub returned from PSA. I keep hearing that right now, if your card is not further along than step 3 in the PSA process, You can call or you can send them an email or call them up, and they will return your cards back, and all you gotta do is pay shipping. So I'm glad to hear that there's a lot of people doing that. We need to get the word out on that, because I think a lot of people just feel like they're stuck. Now, in my case, I'm in a group submission, so that's not an option for me. I wish I had submitted them myself. But if you are an individual submitter and you submitted individually, if your cards are not past the third step, which is, I think, research, and you want your cards back, you can submit a request to have your cards returned to you, and you got to pay shipping. That's the only thing that sucks. But 20 tables max. Hey, I'm good with that. But you could probably sell some 3D cards. Yeah, I'm good with that, T. Small shows. I mean, people are still going to be there. You know what I mean? Natsman says, keep the Star Wars sealed. Don't open that. What's your feelings on the Fanatics rumor saying the reason they bought Topps only is because they can keep the brand name and make all three sports under one roof, with Chrome being their flagship product for all three? Man, if that's what they did, because I always thought it was kind of odd that they bought up all the licenses, right? So they got all the licenses, but they don't have a manufacturing leg. And I said that in the video that I did. Fanatics doesn't have a manufacturing leg when it comes to making and distributing the card. I mean, they have the largest distribution, network when it comes to memorabilia, because they handle all the memorabilia for all the sports. But they don't have a manufacturing leg. Not to say that they couldn't create one, because obviously they have all the contacts and all the stuff to do that. But it would be so much easier from an acquisition standpoint for them to just go, hey, Topps, like, come on, bro. Like, I already got everything. Hey, Panini, I got the licenses. You guys, you know what I'm saying? Let's work something out. And really, they have 5 years to work it out. So we'll see. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep up with all. I really am trying to make sure that I everybody that writes something, I see it. If you got a question for me that you absolutely want me to read and want me to see, the super chat always helps. And it pops it up so I can read it. I'm just trying to make sure I get to everybody's stuff. But Bishop, that's what I think is going on with that, man. It's curious. Like I said, what matters is the IP. What matters is the licenses, right? Like, that's what matters. Because everything can be manufactured somewhere. All those manufacturers that Topps was using, or Panini was using, they're gonna have to do some work for somebody. And unless they're in some kind of contractual agreement, hopefully they set that up properly to where if they're not getting any work, they can go look for work elsewhere. We'll see how that turns out. But I mean, they got 5 years, so we'll see. Jeff Whitmire in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm in Knoxville, where HGA is headquartered. I want to support local biz. Do you think HGA on med price cards is worth it? Thanks. If you're talking for resale, Jeff, man, you're probably going to be hard pressed to make your money back. That's just the way it is right now, unfortunately. For PC though, man, HGA all the way. I just got a whole bunch of Marvel comic cards from 90 Series 1, wondering who I should get graded them and anything of value. I saw they went up $2K a box. Dang. They're up that high already? I got a binder full of 92, 93, 92, 93, 94, 95 Marvel masterpieces. So we'll see kind of how that goes. Don't understand HGA grade. Pops and then pop reports once it's scanned, but still another stage or two until it's graded stage. How does that work? I'm not sure, Josh. That's a good question. Who else we got in here? Wasn't HGA supposed to release their video showcasing their AI software? I think they're waiting on their patents to clear. They didn't want to do anything just yet. With showing people like kind of what they're doing. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't want to put nothing out there either. But I think that's what they're waiting on. Man, I'm trying to keep up with this chat, man. Y'all banging in this chat, man. There's a bunch of y'all. DJ Rose, straight execution. Did I get that right? If PSA is resale king and their only service is like $200, is a hobby suffering from lack of low-end PSA new cards that no one's gonna submit stuff they flip? Yeah, I think that's what's going on. I mean, that was kind of the reason for them doing that, right? And shutting everything down and only leaving the big high-end $300 service up is to stop from having to do those cards. But I think what's going to happen is that PSA is going to realize, well, wait a second, like we don't want to do that anymore, because that's people are like, I think PSA's natural thing to want to do is to grade cards that people want to collect. That's why they have the registry. That's why they have the pop reports and all that stuff. So they're really geared towards like people who want to collect the cards initially. And then it turned into just this monster of like where I can buy a card for $1, get it graded for 9, be in it for 10, and sell it for 25, and then make a profit, you know? So, oh crap, I just skipped all the way down to, I got a super chat here somewhere. Yo, what's up? What's up? Hey, Christian, thank you for that, man. I have yet to see a perfect 10 from HGA. Well, sir, they just posted one on their Instagram, and it just so happens that it is one of my favorite cards that is out right now. I have one of them. Shit, where did they go? Hybrid grading approach. They just posted this little banger right here. Let's see here. Look at that. That good old Snorlax, boy. I love that card, man. That is probably one of the best cards. One of the best Snorlax cards. Like, other than the first gen, you know, like the first one. But, whew, man, that's a banger of a card. Flawless. Flawless. I wonder what that one's going to go for. We'll see. We will see. All right, guys. I'm trying to get everything updated here. Thank you for the super chat, Christian. I appreciate that. Much love. Ross, what's up? T Sizzle, Marvel Masterpieces. Yeah, I got a whole binder full of them, bro. I'll break them out one day. I'll do a little video on them. I really been wanting to do like some other stuff too, like because I got a bunch of retro stuff that's like 90s, like early 90s stuff. So, Brian Stalter, welcome, sir. Welcome. Glad you're able to join us on a live stream. Oh, I got the name right. Straight Execution. Man, you guys are going quick. I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff. Question: what is your next hoops box you're going after? So, I've broken everything up until 95, 96. So the next one that I'm going after is 96, 97, which, you know, 96, 97 is Kobe's rookie year. So those boxes are just high as a kite, and it's like there's just no way, you know, there's just no way I'm getting. No way I'm paying $1,500 for those. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. If I had the $1,500, I would most definitely pay. But I'm not paying $1,500 a box. Not out of my own pocket for sure. So that's the next hoops that I want to do. I may have to skip that, and I may have to kind of skip around a little bit to kind of pick up some boxes that are a little bit, you know, they're a little bit cheaper. But man, I would love to break a box of 97, 98, or 96, 97. That's the next one. Let me see. You got the name right. All right. Global question. What's the next hoop box? I already got that one. The monster isn't dead. Once the service PSA grade states are very inaccurate. Yep. Will the prices drop back down, or are these prices here to stay for grading? So, Matthew Martell, thank you for the question. I don't think they're coming back down to anything below $30. That's how I think it is now. PSA said that they're at some point they're going to return back to a bulk submission price. Who knows, man? I'm sure they will. I just don't think that anybody's gonna. I don't think PSA is gonna do a sub $10 ever again. I just don't see it happening. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But you know, we'll see what's up. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they come back down to something. Hopefully SGC comes down a little bit. I'd like to see SGC at around $15 to $20 a card. That would be like prime, I think, for SGC. And you know, we'll see. Eric S in the house. My lawsuit is based on inaccurate grade. Man, y'all, we got a celebrity in the house with Mr. Eric S. He's suing PSA. Actually going through it with the lawyers and the whole nine, hitting them where it hurts. Eric, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, man, but I just posted not too long ago the PSA 7 that they resubmitted to PSA and got a PSA 10, which was like ridiculous. I don't know how that worked, but we'll see. Snorlax, them Snorlax do be flawless. Yeah, man, that's a nice card, man. I have one. I have one in raw that I'm waiting to send to SGC. That's one of the ones. That's one of the ones I want to send over there. Along with a couple of Lucas. I'll show y'all kind of what my next like sub looks like. I thought it was like real funny. I did that video where. Oh shit, where's my Snorlax? He's around here somewhere. I did that video where I got into that chase. There it is. So like here's one right here, that Black Panther Marvel Masterpiece, and then there's my big Snore. That big Snorlax. Those are gonna go next. And then I got a handful of like just like 3 or 4 other cards that I want to submit. That Zion that I pulled in the Chase My Card chase, and then the Russell Wilson on campus. I think that's a banger of a card. I got a Luka Freshman Phenoms, and then 2. I got a pink and a Elements, or not Elements, Status, and a Chronicles. Trey Young. So that's gonna be the next sub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 card sub. So I'm pretty excited about that. I love Snorlax hobby. That's my dude, man. Ever since I got into, found out what Pokemon was all about, I'm like, man, who's that big old fat bear over there that just likes to sleep all day? I'm with that. So Snorlax is the best spirit animal, 100%. Anyone know, did HGA fill the quota this week? I saw. I think yesterday still had several thousand slots. So, okay, cool. I'm glad you asked that. Nats, I think that's kind of one of the things that I was saying in my video that may have rubbed Tyler the wrong way, because he commented and he basically said, "Hey, man, before you start speculating, give me a call." Because I'm not no freaking. This isn't CNN or Fox News or anything like that. I'm not an investigative reporter. Like I don't care. I see what I see. I give my hot take on it. I hit record. I record my videos, and then I hit stop. And then I post it. Like, y'all know how I get down. But I think what's important is, is that like whenever I give my take on stuff like that, I have like an experience that I call on sometimes when it comes to like operations and things like that. And so when I see things like the fact that they haven't sold out their spots. When I see things like, that number one, they haven't sold out the spots, and that they are laying. That we're hearing that they're laying off people, and then Tyler comes on and says, "Oh yeah, we're laying off people, but it's because of low performing," and that's all he says. Well, then there's a bunch of gaps in there that I fill in with my own experience and with things that I've experienced. More importantly, things that I've done myself from an operations standpoint, and so I made some assumptions based on what he said and based on what he was saying and things like that. And then, he's like, "Oh, don't assume." And I'm like, well, okay, you only told us half the story, because the whole story is, in actuality, that yes, they are laying people off, but he commented that they're hiring 5 to 15 people every week to replace those people that they're laying off. So they're not trying to reduce their capacity. In fact, they're trying to keep up with orders. So that's great. But that's not the story that was presented to us in his comments. And so I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there. I think he might have thought that I was like taking a shot at HGA, but I really wasn't. I love HGA. Y'all know that. As a matter of fact, pretty much the entirety of this channel was based on HGA because I did the first video on how to sub with HGA. I was like one of the first people that actually publicly went out with HGA and started doing videos and reviewed them. And I did the first PSA versus HGA actual sell-off, where I put my money where my mouth is, and I sold PSA and HGA right next to each other to do a comparison. So like, I'm not against HGA, but I saw a couple of things, and I made some assumptions, and I made some speculations on what I thought was going on, and I posted about it. This is my channel. This is what I do. But you know, of course, Tyler is very active in the chats, and he's very active on the boards and on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure somebody saw my video and sent it to him, and you know, he jumped in, and it is what it is. But I don't think I didn't deliberately like throw shade at him, or I wasn't trying to like knock him or anything. I just simply saw that they weren't selling out slots, and that they were laying people off. And that Tyler said, yeah, we are laying people off, but it's because they have underperformance, or they haven't been accurate. Okay, but that tells me right off the bat, okay, well, if you can afford to lay people off, it's because you don't have as much work as you used to if you're not replacing them with more people. And it didn't come out that he was replacing them with more people until after the fact. So it is what it is, man. I said what I said, and I don't take it back. I stand behind my statements, and I stand behind my speculation, which is exactly what it was at the time. And it is what it is. So, you know, I'm not really too bent out of shape about it, but hey, what's up? Oh, Rotocut Gaming in the house. Hey, thanks for the super chat, man. Are you getting a Discord set up? I have no idea what a Discord is, so maybe, I don't know. I know it's like a chat app. I've never downloaded it. I don't have anything on it, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. So yeah. Man, you guys are active in this chat. I'm trying to keep up. Do you think that Fanatics will allow all companies to produce cards and maybe have royalty deals? I don't. It depends on, because here's the big thing that Fanatics did that I thought was like was a baller move, is that not only did they get the license, but they also for the license from from MLB, NBA, and NFL, but they also made an agreement with the players' associations for those respective leagues. So there wasn't going to be this thing where it's like Topps has the MLB license, but the MLB Players Association also cut a deal with Panini. So Panini can use the guys, but they can't use the MLB logos. They went ahead and got the whole shebang, both things for each sport. So there's no room for competition at all, right? You know, so it's kind of weird the way that they did that. Not weird, but it's beautiful the way that they set up the deal. The question is how are they going to execute, right? And like I said, they got 5 years to figure that out. Whether that is a licensing deal that they in turn give to Topps and to Panini, or do they just completely say, sorry for you, Topps and Panini, you guys are out of the picture. We're going to go find a manufacturer and we're going to do this thing on our own, and completely turn around the entire sports card hobby as we know it. Now, I don't think they're looking to do that, because that's going to be a very tough uphill battle to do. And mind you, he's got a lot of money, the guy that owns Fanatics, but I just don't think that that's very smart from an execution, from a standpoint of operations. That's not a smart thing to do. If there's already something out there and people love it, then try to figure out a way to work a deal with them. So I think we may see something like that. Mason, what other Pokemon do I have in this box? I don't have a whole lot, bro, to be honest with you. I have a very, very small collection of Pokemon, and I mean, I just don't really do a whole lot of ripping Pokemon, to be honest with you. I haven't ripped a whole lot of stuff recently, so man, this thing keeps jumping me all the way down to the bottom of the chat. Raul Banaga. Raul Banaga. I hope I got that right, man. I'm sorry. Where do you stand on Beckett? I never see you talk about them. Matthew Martell is asking, where do I stand on Beckett? I don't stand. That's kind of the thing. A while back, I was going to submit something to... I have one card that I really would like to submit to them, which is my Deshaun Watson RPA, that I would like to submit to them. But I remember going on their website one time, and it said I have to print out the sheet and fill it out like it's a Macy's catalog from like the 70s and send it in with my card, and then I just didn't like that whole thing. While I'm in Dallas, though, now that I'm thinking about it, I might drop off. I don't know what their price is right now, so but I just don't have any experience with them, Matt. That's why you don't hear me talk about them. You're not going to hear me talk about anything that I don't know about, or at least experience myself. So let's see here. Fanatics will buy out the rights from the NBA and NFL from Panini. So, Eric, if I'm not mistaken, man, those deals are expiring soon with Panini, and I think Fanatics has already secured that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think I saw that. It's all three, all baseball, basketball, and football. They've secured both licenses with the leagues themselves, as well as the PAs, the respective PAs. So we'll see. I'd like to request an Iron Maiden reaction, but seriously, love your content. An SGC ride or die. I don't know what you mean by an Iron Maiden reaction, Motley. Welcome to the chat, man. Bobby D. Hopefully they won't print 7 billion cards and 700 parallels. Man, what they're doing with Select right now is ridiculous. I almost don't want to buy any, but like I'm really high on Kenyon Martin Jr., so I'm trying to buy as many rookie cards as I can of his, either in like prisms or silvers and things like that. So kind of sucks, but we'll see. Sorry guys, I'm missing a bunch of questions here. This thing's like moving. So again, you can always use the super chat if you want to highlight your question. I'll be sure to absolutely get to those, and I'm just trying to get as many as I can. Would you rip Pokemon if I sent you a box? Hell yeah, Professor Oak, I'd rip some Pokemon. If your cards have a couple flaws like a dimple or a small mark, will you send them in to grade? I'm getting a submission ready for SGC for the first time. What's up, Phantom? Thank you for the question. It really depends on what you're looking to do. So I've sent cards that I know are not perfect. A perfect example of that is my the card that had a lot of sentimental value for me, which was the Michael Jordan retirement speech card from Upper Deck Special Edition. I knew that card was going to be like an 8. I pulled it pack fresh, but I didn't care. It was my card, and I wanted to submit it and get it graded. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, then I absolutely encourage you to submit every card that means anything to you that you want to protect and you want to preserve. If you're looking from an investment standpoint and you're looking to flip, man, I would only send in things that you were shooting for a 9.5 or a 10. That's kind of my take on that. So yeah, that's hopefully good luck to you either way, man. Corey Mostyn, as long as I see Topps Chrome basketball and football when Fanatics takes over, that's all I care about. Best product in the last 25 years. I agree, man. I think Topps, late 90s Topps Chrome stuff is just like top notch, man. I love it. I wish they didn't have that stranglehold, or Panini had that stranglehold, and I would have loved to seen some. Man, can you imagine how much like Upper Deck, like one of one stuff can be coming out with, just, I don't know, man, autographs and memorabilia, and I don't know. It just, I wish we had that bigger spread of stuff that could happen, Filling out a Beckett form reminds me of purchasing something from Consumer Guide back in the day. Yeah, exactly. And I just, with all the technology that we have, it's like, why are we doing this? Why am I printing out a piece of paper on my printer and then filling it out with a freaking pen and wrapping my shit up and sending it? It's like, it doesn't make sense to me. Joseph Diaz, what's your dream, pun intended, I like that, Hakeem card that you don't have yet? It's going to be right now what I'm chasing is the Prism for 1920, and I'm almost there. Obviously the Nebula and the one of ones, the Nebula 1 of 1 and the black 1 of 1 for that. And then I have the neon green to 5, the black gold to 5, and the green choice to 8, and then the gold to 10. Those are the ones that I'm chasing right now that I would love to have in order to complete my my rainbow. But then aside from that, it's going to be the first year Prism Hakeem Olajuwon Silver. That's probably a more attainable card. I just haven't found a good one. And if I can find one good enough to send out to get graded, would be Montebello. So those are the ones that I like really chasing. That's what I would like to have. I had an opportunity to buy one, man, and I just didn't have the cash. If you guys don't know, I have like a strict like $100 rule per purchase, per card purchase. I typically don't like to spend more than $100 on a particular card. If I have to spend more than 100, then it's just out of my range. I just don't even want to mess with it. But I don't know. I just don't want things to get out of hand, because things can get out of hand pretty quick. Now, I'll make a couple of exceptions, obviously. But that's kind of why, for me, like, I'm liquidating some stuff in order to put some cash together to be able to chase those much bigger cards, and always kind of trading up and leveling up. So those are the ones that I want. Grab Volpe autos now while they're still affordable. Don't speculate that much, but this dude looks like a baller. Who's Volpe? Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about, Jeff? Volpe. Who's Volpe? Now I'm What are we talking about here? Volpe. Are we talking about Anthony Volpe from the Yankees? Oh, man, I'm in Houston, bro. We don't worry about the Yankees, man. The Yankees. You're the real deal. BillyOcean.com. You're the real deal content creator. The content helps us collectors. I appreciate that, Billy. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, that 2000 Upper Deck. Oh man, those exquisite tea, man. To get your hands on something like that, I'd like to be able to just go to a show and just have one in hand. I know my boy Pete's got quite a bit of Upper Deck stuff and like really high end autograph stuff and some really nice things. Oh, I gotta send you a picture of something that just came in, Pete. I'll do that. I'll hit you up tomorrow on that. Pretty sure Beckett is online now. Are they? Like completely online to where I can fill my shit out online? Beckett grading. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll see. Beckett has an online forum, but it's been broken for years. Yeah. I don't see it. I may just I see the PDF form. I may just have to go while I'm up in Dallas and drop them off. If you want BGS, you must print out the form. The fifth graders screwed up the site, and they have yet to find someone to solve the issue. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like how do you not... Like, I love BGS's subgrades, just like I love HGA's subgrades. How do you not fix that as a company, right? Just as a company. Like, bring your shit into 2000, you know? Like, I don't know. Aaron Brooks Auto. Man. HGA needs bulk rates below $20. They're offering group submissions. There's a guy I'm working with here locally who's gotten the... He's on the group submissions for HGA. So they got group submissions coming. But what do you recommend doing with 100 plus cards waiting to be graded in the current situation? Nick, are we talking about... we're talking about 100 cards at PSA? Man, if you have over 100 cards at PSA right now, and they are not past step 3, I would, my opinion, if I was you, I would recall them all back and have them send them back to you. Number one, I don't think your cards are going to be accurately graded, and I don't think your cards are going to be graded anytime. So I don't think your cards are going to be graded anytime soon, and I think when they finally do get graded, they're not going to be accurately graded. That's just my contention. I'm not putting that on anybody, but that's what I would do. I would recall them back. And either, if you're dead set on PSA, either wait until we see some sort of consistency and accuracy in the way that they're grading, or choose a different grading company, like an SGC or a HGA or even a BGS for that matter. So that's what I would do. If I had over 100 cards sitting over there right now, that's what I would do. What do you recommend? You said that you have a $100 rule. What's the most you paid for a card or a box? I actually, and again, this is when I made that rule, or this is when I established that $100 rule. It's when I was chasing the Prism for the Hakeem Olajuwon, the 1920 Prism. I way overpaid to the tune of maybe $300 or $250 for I think it was the green shimmer, if I can't remember. It's one of those. It's either the green shimmer or the blue shimmer, and then also the blue cracked ice Olajuwon. I paid, I overpaid on that one, close to $200 I paid on that one. And then afterwards I was just kind of feeling maybe that was a little bit silly. I probably shouldn't have done that. And so that's kind of when I established that rule of not paying more than $100. And if I was gonna pay for a card, or if I was gonna go after a card that I know was more than $100, that I was either gonna liquidate some stuff that I already had in order to pay for it, but I was never gonna buy new. Like, I'll allow myself like an expenditure of $100. But that's kind of the most thing that I've spent. How thick of a card will SGC grade? I don't know, but I know like even the RPAs and stuff like that. We've sent a couple of. I know I've seen some autographs, thick cards, maybe like 120 point or 130 point. I've seen a 130 pointer. Me personally, I'm pretty sure they'll grade up to a 180 or maybe even a 360. I don't know. But I have seen them grade the thicker cards. So, man, 140 of y'all in here hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the stream. Helps with the algorithm. So thank you guys for hanging out. What are your thoughts on CSG? Cieto 76. What's my thoughts on CSG? Initially, my thoughts on CSG was that it was the most horrendous slab I've ever seen. I don't like the green, and what's funny about that is that forest green is one of my favorite colors. But then my brother, who runs Collect 3D Prints, he had to buy one in order to come up with the dimensions for the cases that he makes. And he called me over. He's like, hey, man, you got to see this slab. And when I got it in hand, I was blown away by how awesome it looked. I still can't get past the Kelly green, but the slabs themselves are amazing. I mean, the quality on the slab is like, it looks like glass almost. I mean, it's like, it looks like clean glass. Like, that's the best way I can describe their plastic, their slab. Great card, great slab. I think, I don't know much about them in terms of their grading accuracy and consistency and whether or not folks agree with the grades they've been getting from them. But that's what I think. I think they're an amazing looking slab. And if they would have just decided to go with black instead of the green, they would be very highly in high contention to knock SGC out of the spot in terms of best looking slab. I've said it several times. As far as slabs are concerned, I think SGC, in my opinion, has the best looking slab, simply because their slab will never take away from the card that's in it, and that's a very important thing to me, because I want the card to stand out. I don't want the slab to stand out. And then on the flip side, HGA has the custom slab that matches the card and all that stuff. But for my money, I just want the card to stand out in the slab, and I want it to be graded. So that's kind of my thing. PSA is going to catch up fast with everybody recalling cards. I sure hope so. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I catch you guys as y'all are coming in. Do you think the quality control of PSA has gone down because they're hiring so many people that may not be trained? That's one. And then the other thing is just trying to go through as much volume as possible. Whenever you're squeezing a lot of volume into a small capacity that can't handle it, and as you guys set incentives for things to go through quickly, the first thing that's going to go is going to be quality. So yeah, I mean, there's new people that don't really understand the cards sometimes maybe and give it really low grades, but we'll see. Even though PSA's goal isn't to catch up before they're open the floodgates, does there come a point where if PSA is grading 800,000 cards a month, that they are grading more than what their inflow is? Elong, I actually think that's what's going on now, right? I think they are grading more cards now than their actual inflow is. So right now they're averaging at about 140, 150,000 cards a week is what they're doing. And, just based on a good estimate, they're probably bringing in maybe 50 to 60,000 a week. So they're definitely outpacing their demand right now. So that's a good thing, because it hopefully allowed them to catch up. Card seller, I just sent to RCG. Bad idea? ? Revolution card grading. I don't know much about them, man, honestly. I don't think you're going to get much respect for that card out on the market if you're looking to flip. But again, if it's a PC item and you feel good about it and you feel like they're going to grade it accurately and fairly, then it's never a bad idea. It's your card. If it's a PC item, it's definitely not a bad idea because it's whatever you want it to be. If you're looking to flip the card, though, I'm not sure how much respect RCG is getting in the secondary market right now. We live in Canada and would like to get numerous cards graded. What's the best way to go about grading our cards? Thanks. Good morning, Williams Lake. I think you can go with any one of them. SGC or HGA, either one of them will be good. I think they all do international. I know SGC does international. HGA also does international. You can't go wrong with either one of those. And again, if you're looking to flip your cards, PSA will gladly take your money. Cardboard Carolina, what's up, man? Welcome. A lot of first timers in here, man. I appreciate y'all joining. That's dope. My PSA 2020 September submission hasn't been shipped to me yet. I still have 2 other submissions waiting to be graded. Yeah, that sounds about right, man. I have some Kyle Lewis and Gavin Lux sitting at PSA. Time to have them sent back to me. Joe, if you're not past step 3, I would highly recommend getting your cards back. SGC grades far too soft. That's their problem. Yeah, I mean, that's your opinion. Bacon and Hex. Bacon and Hex, I like that. So, I mean, far too soft. Like, they grade a little bit favorable. I mean, I don't know. Again, I've gotten cards where I felt like it should have gotten a 9.5 and it got a 9. I've gotten cards where I felt like it was about as flawless as can get and should have got a 10, maybe even a 10 pristine, and it's gotten a 9, 9.5. So, it's kind of that thing, right? It's whatever you want for your cards. Joseph Diaz, I have 2 Mahomes rookies and a Bobby Witt Jr. 1 out of 2 immaculate auto with a button ready to be graded. Should I wait for PSA or risk lower premiums and send to another grader? Again, Joseph, it's a matter of what it is that you're looking to do with that card once it's graded. If you're looking to flip it, man, when it comes to the secondary market, bro, there's no better resale value than PSA. But the question is PSA going to give you an accurate grade? If you feel like your cards should get a 9 or a 10, are you going to get a 9 or a 10? Or are you going to get some inexperienced grader whose wife slept with the mailman the night before and he walked in on him, and he's going to give you a 7 because the guy that's banging his wife looks like Bobby Witt? Who knows? That's what's going to suck, right? But it's all about what you're going to get in the grade. So that's the kind of the gamble that you're gonna take. That's the way I see it, man. But if you're looking for your cards to be slabbed up and preserved and they're PC items, SGC all day. That's my opinion. Do you think the days of sending in hundreds of base cards for $10 grading, then flipping them for $50 at PSA 9s are over? Yes, I do, Nick. I do, and I couldn't be more excited about that. That's funny because I've gotten cards back from November and December back, meaning that they were checked in then. Any thoughts on GMA? Billy Ocean, again, one of those things that I have zero experience with GMA. Only thing I know about GMA is what I've heard from other collectors, and it's basically, from what I understand, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, it's basically like a garage band operation where it's just like a couple of guys in there just slapping up cards. As far as respect, I don't think they get much respect in the market. I've actually bought a couple of cards from them to crack and resub, just because they were dirt cheap, and they no value whatsoever. How do you feel about the Klay Thompson market? I think Klay is going to have a hell of a comeback. I think that if he can stay healthy, the Splash Brothers are going to be in full effect this summer or this season. So I don't really keep up a whole lot with I don't have to keep up a whole lot with Golden State because I got a buddy of mine who's a massive Golden State fan. He was to his credit, he was a big Steph Curry fan when he got drafted. So I'll give him at least that. Shout out to my man Mikey out there. But he keeps me up to date, believe me, on all the goings on of the Golden State Warriors. Good play though right now. If you can pick up some stuff of his cheap, rookies, cheap and hold him and hope that he comes back to full force. I hit 2 nice LaMelo color from select retail and can't decide where to send. They look to be A+ condition and well centered. Wanting to maximize my value. Not sure if PSA at $200 a card is worth it. Man, Travis, you are in exactly the same scenario that a lot of people are in right now. And the fact that you're thinking about whether or not you should send that card in at that $200 price point is exactly what PSA wanted you to do, because I guarantee you if you had a $50 price point, you would have sent 50 of those cards in. And right now they don't want you to send anything in. Man, LaMelo, I think, has a very high ceiling. And I think if they put a couple pieces around him, we can see some pretty nasty stuff happen here in the next couple of years. If you're looking for a quick flip, I don't know that you're going to make much money at $200 a card. And the other problem is that even though you may feel like it's A1 condition and the centering is immaculate, again, the guy that's grading it at PSA, he might have just got hired yesterday and is fresh off his training. And he didn't have his latte that morning, and he just might not give you the grade that you're looking for, which is unfortunate because it should be graded to the standards which they have set for each one of those grades. However, unfortunately, it relies very heavily on that guy just having a good day. So, yep, that's kind of. I would look into what SGC 10s are selling for, and maybe even SGC 95s, what they're selling for. And kind of make that decision there. I mean, because SGC is $30 a card, $25 if you go with a group submitter. You'll have it back in a matter of 3 to 4 weeks, depending on if you go on your own or with a group submitter. And you'll have your card back. And if you feel like you can flip it for some profit, then it's good to do. Good stuff today, my dude. Keep killing the game. Ulufale, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I guess you're breaking out. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. Do you think that since PSA handed out 10s in the past like they were going out of style, have a negative effect on how hard it is to get an HGA 10? But I do grade a ton with SGC. I think that when SGC or HGA decided to get into the game, and they decided, or they were trying to figure out what kind of company they were going to be, I think they really modeled themselves after BGS, right, with the subgrades as well as that 9.5. I think one of the big reasons why PSA is having such a hard time is because they don't have that mid grade between a 9 and a 10, right? A lot of those cards that maybe were 9s were probably 9.5s. And I think they don't have a 10 like immaculate or flawless or something like that. A lot of the issues that are plaguing PSA, or that is plaguing PSA from a grading accuracy standpoint, stem from the fact that they don't have that middle grade, that 9.5, and then they don't have that absolutely immaculate, pristine 10 grade that is above that of a Gem Mint 10. And I think if they were to institute something like that, a lot of their issues would go away. That's just my opinion. But I think HGA is kind of modeling themselves after that, where they're saying, listen, a 9.5 is still considered a Gem Mint card. A 10 is a Gem Mint plus, and then we have flawless, absolutely flawless, perfect 10s across the board card. So I think that's the best way to go. Again, SGC does kind of the next best thing, where they're saying we're going to go 9.5s, we're going to go half grades on everything, every step of the way, and then we're offering this 10 pristine, which is just an absolutely immaculate card. And I think that's kind of the right way to go. But I think HGA really modeled themselves after BGS and the allure of the 10 pristine, and then the BGS black labels at being just these sought-after unicorns. And so I think they're doing a good job of creating that allure that if you do get a 10, it's something to be celebrated and something that is just out of the ordinary, extraordinary, and you should be very happy and very excited about it. And it creates a lot of buzz. It's something that you can't wait to get it in your hands, to show it to your friends and show it to your people. It's like the same thing that you would happen if you had a BGS black label. That doesn't happen with a PSA 10. I mean, if you get a PSA 10, that's great. You're happy, but it's nothing like getting that black label or getting that pristine or getting that flawless. So I think that's kind of what they were trying to do. So thanks for the question, Josh B. That was a good one. Nice hit, Travis. Very tough decision. What did Travis do? What did Travis hit? Oh, the lamellas. Okay, yeah. I was like, what did he hit? SGC is consistently easy. Yep. GMA value really tanked. It was solid January, March. J-Dub, I might have to look at GMA again because I think a lot of people went that route. So we'll see. Because I think GMA shut down right around the same time that PSA shut down. So it's pretty interesting. I know there's probably a lot of GMA cards out there that are just tanking right now. So let's see here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but SGC is the only one that has shown their process on grading recently. I don't think they grade soft since they have a machine that looks for imperfections. Kyle, I think you might be right. I think they may have been the only ones to like really open the doors and show off kind of what's going on. HGA did something similar where they opened the doors as well. But I don't think it was to the extent of what SGC did. And granted, SGC, I think they made a good move by partnering with, Sports Card Investors, and brought their team in, which they have amazing video, quality, and just their production value is amazing. So, saw a video of a guy who waited a year for 2 PSA cards, got them back as 5s. He cracked them. They looked flawless. Should have been 10s. I felt bad for him. I've seen that so many times, Ruthie. It's not even funny. More importantly, if you follow me on Instagram, on my stories, I posted a couple days ago a guy who got a PSA 7 on a Zion rookie, and then he cracked it and resubmitted it back to PSA again at the $200 price point, and he got a PSA 10, which is silly. Let's see. You need a numbered mellow to justify the PSA fee at the moment. J-Dub says that you need a numbered LaMelo to justify the PSA fee, and I agree with that. PSA used to grade soft, but then added AI to their process and it allowed for consistent results. I wish they added a flag to the card that had an AI assistance, but this is the truth. Bacon, so we'll agree to disagree, my guy. I just don't think they're consistent. They are very, very, very inconsistent. They, aside from the consistency, so let's forget about the consistency for a second. The accuracy of the grade is just not there. It's just not there. So, I want them to be accurate before they get consistent, if that makes any sense. Brian, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, Star Wars says the same thing. PSA consistent results. Where? Yeah, I don't agree with that. They're very inconsistent. When did they start using AI to help them grade? I thought it was just used to ensure cards were not being cracked and resubmitted. Man, Josh, that's one of the other things too. Josh B, we don't know to what extent they're using the AI and for what. It's another one of those things where just communication is not the best thing that PSA does. They don't communicate very well. Why the dislike for Lebron? To be fair, I'm no fan whatsoever of him myself. I'm just curious as your take. So, Sieto, I'll get into it a little bit. I just don't like what LeBron has done to the game of basketball. I feel like LeBron plays the game very selfishly. I don't think that he... I just don't like the way he plays the game. He's the biggest crybaby in the whole world, I feel like the fans in the league did him a disservice from the moment that he came in because they treated him with kid gloves. I mean, he was going to be the next coming of Michael Jordan, and just what really set me on this path of like really not liking him at all as a basketball player. I will say that as a human being, as a philanthropist, as a businessman, he is absolutely aces in my book. But as a basketball player, I don't like him. And when I say that I don't like him as a basketball player, I'm not even talking about his ability, because his ability to score buckets and to play the game of basketball is he is the best player in the league, bar none, right? But I think whenever you reach that level of stardom, I think that there is things that you have to do in order to maintain the integrity of the game itself. And I don't think he does those things. And to me, that's very important. And so I can go on and on about like some of the little details and some of the little things that he's done. But just in general, that's kind of my thoughts and my feelings on LeBron. I just don't like him. I don't like what he's done to basketball. That's That's just my hot take on that. That $200 price tag won't stay forever. Eventually, it has to come down. If it doesn't, everybody, and I mean everyone, will use SGC and they will become number one. I agree, Troy. I agree. Holy crap, man! Every time I scroll down, like this thing opens up like all these other questions that I haven't got to yet, guys. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to like, I'm really of the thought that if you guys are taking the time to type something out, like I want to read it. So and maybe that's a bad thing. As a YouTuber, I probably shouldn't do that, but I mean, it is what it is. I got lucky with with my one and only PSA sub. I got a 10 7 days later, but that was for $250. Well, congratulations to you, Sam. That's dope, man. If you sold cheap, that's your fault. J-Mac, I'm not sure what we're talking about there. I think you're asking $1,000 for a Carmelo 101. Is that a good deal? I'm of course not expecting the full price, but I'm looking at best offers. $1,000 for a Carmelo 101. I think Melo's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's going to go down as one of the best players that never got a ring. Did he ever get a ring? I don't think Melo ever got a ring, did he? I might be talking out of my ass here. Did Melo ever get a ring? I don't think Melo ever got a ring. Is he still married to Lala? According to Wikipedia, he is. Anyway, hey man, Taco, I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking a certain price and listing as offers, and then just seeing what rolls in. Look up some comps, man. The thing about a 1-of-1 is that there is no comps, right? But you know, you can kind of gauge and see what's what. I think Carmelo coming out of that 2003 class, along with the Lebrons, along with the Wades, along with the Chris Bosh and stuff like that. That's gonna be, that's gonna go down in history as one of the best draft classes in the game. Aside from the 96, 97, aside from the 84 draft class. I mean, those things are gonna go down in history, and he's part of that history. So, it's probably not too far fetched to be asking that much for a 1-of-1. The other thing is it like an autograph 1-of-1? Is it a patch auto or something like that? Who knows? But hey man, shoot your shot, man. And if somebody wants to pay it, somebody will pay it. I guarantee you, there's a Carmelo fan out there who will deal with you on that card for right around your price. There's an ass for every seat, man. That's what I always say. 135 players in here. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Nats. Thank you. Yeah, if you haven't already hit the like button, please do so. It helps with the algorithm. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to act like I know what that algorithm is looking for, but that's what all the other YouTubers say, so that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah, subgrades. Mason says subgrades should be mandatory. I totally agree. It is the one gripe that I have about SGC is that they don't have subgrades. If SGC had subgrades, they would unequivocally be the best in the game, no matter what. That's the one thing that I think HGA has above SGC. So yeah. Dang, man, you guys are in this chat. I love it. I've been buying y'all silly cheap CSG 95s, and I will laugh and rake it in later. You cracking them and resubbing them or what, J-Mac? I think that's what he's doing. Buying all Lucas and Mahomes CSG 95s. Are you talking about CSG or SGC, J-Mac? I think, MJ, Sam D says MJ was selfish. I don't think MJ was selfish. I think MJ was not going to tolerate anybody on his team who was not putting in the work. And he got a lot of flack for calling people out for that. I just pulled a 1989 rookie King Griffey Jr. number 220, and I looked it up, and get about 1,500 or better. True. If what's greater should I send it to? Okay, Rick, I'm gonna have to read that one again, buddy. I looked it up, saying I can get 1,500 or better. Is that true? And if so, what grader should I send it to? All right, let's help you out, Big Rick. Let's see what's going on. King Griffey Jr. number 220. Let's see. You're saying you can get 1,500 for that card? Somebody has a PSA 9 up right now for $1,500 with a 2,000 buy it now, but nobody's biting at that price. If I look at the sold auctions on that, 2 mint 9s just sold for $75. A gem mint 10 sold for $300. A Beckett 8.5 sold for $1. So I'm not sure where you're getting $1,500 from, bud. 89 rookie. Yeah, you're talking about the Bowman, right? $1,500 seems steep, brother. I don't know where you. I mean, unless you get like a pristine 10 or a black label BGS, I'm not sure you can. I'm not sure you can ask that much for that card, bud. But good luck to you, man. Hopefully that works out for you. I miss defense in the NBA. LeBron is a driver of that shift. You know, the idea of analytics coming into the game. One of the things I loved a lot about Rockets GM Daryl Morey when he was our GM was his use of analytics, and the whole experiment that he did with small ball, which just completely blew up in his face. But I mean, in order to take risks like that, you have to be able to know the numbers. But slow learner. I agree. He had something to do with that. I also think analytics had a big piece to do with that as well. So it's definitely a shooters league now, you know. But I really think that right now we're going to start seeing this shift, especially with Giannis winning the championship, of you know, big men getting back to the paint and doing what they do best, you know. So I have a CSA 9 Iverson rookie. My only question is, what the fuck is CSA, and are they reputable? I have no idea what CSA is. CSA grading. Grading cards. How to see? What is CSA? What the hell is CSA? I don't know what CSA is, man. You got me on that one, Doku. Doku Shin. That sounds like a samurai. That sounds like a dope samurai. Doku Shin. That sounds like a boss, like the boss at the end of a game that you gotta fight. You gotta go fight Doku Shin. Like in an anime. That sounds dope. Anyway, yeah, I have no idea what CSA is, bro. Crack that baby and send it to SGC. That's where I sent my rookies. I got some Iverson rookies in here primed up that I gotta send. LeBron James complains too much, travels all the time, plays for stats, and takes easy shots. I agree. Birkai 91. I hope I said that right. What am I drinking? Crystal Light fruit punch. PSA already said that they're using AI and have been since their acquisition of the AI company. Consistency provides accuracy. The thing is that it depends on the time in their history. I disagree. Consistency provides accuracy. No, because you could be consistently bad. I mean, like, it's consistently inaccurate. I mean, that I don't know. We may be having wires crossed there, Bacon. I don't know. They were consistent and accurate back in the past. I agree. Back in the day, they were pretty consistent. And they were pretty accurate, and that accuracy was consistent. But it hasn't been recently, man. I really don't think it's been there. PSA Drunken Sailor Grading Company. PSA Drunken Sailor Grading Company. Canada has a grading company called KSA. Is it worth using as a Canadian? Will it have the same resale value to the American buyers? I can tell you right now that is a hard no. You are not going to get the same resale on that KSA. It may depend on the card. I mean, some people might look at that card, but I guarantee you KSA ain't getting no love. Ain't getting no love in the States. KSA Lebron. I'm just going to type in Lebron. Nothing comes up. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's a couple of them. Man, that Williams Lake, that label is horrible. Do not do that to your cards, man. Go ahead and just, you know, send them to SGC or send them to HGA or something. Don't do that to those cards, man. I mean, I don't know what cards you're gonna submit, or you know, what cards it is that you're looking to submit, but don't do that. I would advise against that. You're not gonna get resale respect on the resale market. Ross Cypher says that his like button has been smashed. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. People can ask whatever price they want, but the sold completed comps on eBay will give you a general idea of what the card sells for. 100% agree. Because I've seen some stuff on there that is just way out of line in terms of cost, and it sells for like a fifth of the price. I'm thinking of buying a Joe Burrow mini diamond 1 of 10, Beckett pristine 10. Ronald, you can never go wrong with buying a pristine. Buying a pristine, buying a black label, buying a flawless HGA. I think those are going to be highly coveted going forward. And I think they're I mean, it's already a matter of fact that PSA or the Beckett black labels outsell PSA 10s. It blows them out of the water. So I think any iteration of that type of grade coming from SGC, which is already a well-established company, but also HGA, which is an up-and-coming company, is always going to be a good thing to have. So you can't go wrong with that, especially with a Burrow, especially with a low number, and with that high of a grade. Can't go wrong with that, man. That's a recipe for a long-term hold, long-term successful investment, in my opinion. I'm a big LeBron fan, but sports should be an escape from politics, and with him bringing that into sports, losing a lot of respect for him, but still a great business person and a great player. He is a great business person. He's a great philanthropist. From what I can see, he seems to be a great father to his kids, which is a big deal to me. He is a great player. He plays the game at a very high level. Again, I just don't like what he did to the game. And I mean, I may go into that in detail at some point. Should I clean my cards before grading them? And if yes, how do I clean them? So I have this microfiber cloth that I use here, and just wipe them down. That's all you want to do. Have you watched The Malice in the Palace yet? Thoughts if you have. Yes, I have. I'm actually a big fan of Steven Jackson. I think that dude is he's OG, triple OG. Craziness, what went on. I think what was really funny is that, not funny, but one of the things that stood out to me the most was when the melee was going on and the cops finally made it there. One of the cops was like running up and about to mace the shit out of Reggie Miller. And Reggie was like trying to hold back. I think Artest at the time was trying to hold him back, and the cop was like running up on him. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "The fuck, I'm Reggie Miller, bro." Like, you know, and he was about to get maced. Like, that shit was crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, it was that, you know, that era of basketball, right? You know, I was in high school at the time, 01, 02. That level of basketball, or that era of basketball, where I enjoyed it the most. Like late 90s, middle to late 90s, early 2000s, where the game was played. I mean, these boys would bang. And man, you just don't see that anymore. We just don't have that anymore. And so things like that would take place with characters like that, with the Ron Artests. We don't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there is no Ron Artest no more. There is no, you know, may he rest in peace, Anthony Mason trying to fight people. There's no more Mad Max going into the stands and punching a guy in the face for talking shit about his daughter. There just isn't that anymore. And players are so muzzled these days. And, you know, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see basketball like that ever again. So, you know. It is what it is, man. Ya Collector, welcome, sir. Man, he's in here. Stay away from KSA. So Ya says, stay away from KSA. Ya, you're saying good morning to Williams Lake. I'm assuming you're a Canadian as well. I don't know, maybe. I love Canada. I've been there a couple times. It's pretty dope. So yeah, as a Canadian, I only buy KSA to crack and resub to Beckett. Well, there you go. There you go. Everybody's chiming in on KSA. His statement on China's were super uninformed, and he was super smug about it. I'm assuming we're talking about LeBron still. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him. As I don't like what he did to basketball. What's your take on current wax prices, Sam D? So I was just talking to my man T Sizzle about this, and he says that prices are starting to come down on wax. I've kind of stopped buying wax because I think it's insane. I bought maybe like probably close to like 7 or 8 boxes of 90 Fleer at like $40 a box. And like if you try to buy a box of that stuff now, it's like $250, which is insane. Let's see. Basketball box. What is it now? What's about? Oh, $150. Okay. I mean, that's better than $200 when it was like at $300 at its peak. I think I sold like 2 or 3 boxes at like $250 and pretty much covered my entire investment. I didn't buy them to do that. I bought them to rip them open and grab a bunch of Hakeem Olajuwons and Jordans. But yeah, prices on wax is coming down, which is great for this channel because that means that I get to buy more shit and rip it. I might actually, it's like at the 150, 160 level. Let me see. Are they selling much at that level? Man, somebody just sold a box with the update box for $86. A box just sold for $120. Boxes are selling for like $75, $100. So they're right around that $100 range. A box, which isn't bad, considering that you can pull, a 90. You can pull a Jordan, which is kind of dope. But I'm happy about it, Sam, because that means I get to rip. I get to rip more shit again, which is cool. That's man. I want to get back to ripping so bad. But again, it's just a matter of funding at this point. So I hope prices come down and continue to come down and stay down. So that's good. I watched one and he said to US a paper towel and us your breath on them. Brian, I'm totally lost on that one, brother. You're gonna have to fill me in. Dennis Rodman. Yeah, no more Dennis Rodmans in the game. We don't have no more Dennis Rodmans in the game. Seems like we grew up watching the same era. I missed the low post game, but I like the high scoring games as well. I totally agree, Sam. I like a good shooter. I love Steph Curry when he's out there just, jacking up what seems to be just absolutely impossible shots and just nailing them to the bottom of the basket. That's all cool stuff. But I always enjoyed the game as a whole, right? One of the reasons why I love Hakeem Olajuwon so much is because of the way that man danced in that paint was just unlike anything that the NBA had ever seen. And, that was a part of the game, right? Jordan, the way he dominated pretty much anywhere on the floor was a part of the game. I like guys like Larry Bird, who was, a point guard and played an amazing job as a point. Magic Johnson, probably go down as the greatest point guard in history. So those things are like everybody had pieces to play. And nowadays you got big men that are deemed as useless if they can't shoot a three-pointer. Hakeem Olajuwon shot 1 3-pointer, I think, his entire career, and he did it as a goof because he played his position. He played it well. So one of the reasons why I love Clint Capella so much is because he plays his position and he plays it well. And he knows his role within the construct of what the team has been put together to do, which is to win basketball games. And I think that's why the Hawks had so much success last season, because everybody knew what their role was, and everybody knew, where Trey was, and everybody knew where Clint was, and I like when teams can play as a team, as a unit, and it was one of the reasons why I never really for as much as I'm a homer, right? I'm a big Rockets fan. I don't think that the ISO ball that we were playing with James Harden was a very good strategy, but it is what it is. Brent G, did you end up selling your Kobe Slam Hollow? I did. I got like $400 for it, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I can't remember. I ended up buying. I think I sold it and ended up buying a couple of boxes that I ripped on the channel. It might have been the hoops stuff, and then I just turned it into something else. I can't remember. I don't like LeBron because Space Jam 2 sucks, Taco says. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what's even worse about that whole thing, Taco, is that my middle son, he wants a Space Jam birthday party. And so I told him, all right, that's cool. I'm telling my wife, you know what? We're gonna go find like the throwback, like Space Jam stuff, from when Jordan was playing Space Jam. And my son pops up and he's like, no. I want the LeBron James Space Jam. And that hurt me to the core. So I was kind of pissed off about that. NBA painters were the best. Yeah, man. I miss True Sinners. Yeah, True Sinners. But I think that's coming back though. I really think there's gonna be a resurgence of big man. I mean, everybody was singing about Kristaps Porzingis, midway through the season, and midway through the regular season, of how well he does. I just think that whenever you can get a couple of sharpshooters and then you can get a good dominant big man and a good dominant power forward, it just opens up so many possibilities, and the game becomes more fluid and becomes more dynamic. It's almost a given when they're coming down that Steph Curry's gonna shoot a 3-pointer. You know what I mean? Like, and that just kind of makes the game like kind of funky to watch. Who's your top 5 of all time? Thoughts on Drexler? Top 5 of all time: Jordan, Hakeem. See, now this is where we get into some funky stuff, because like I have like my personal top 5, which is Jordan, Hakeem, Penny Hardaway, Sean Kemp, and if I had to throw a 5th in there, that 5th one is where things get kind of squirrely. Man, that's a really good one. Man, I'm gonna have to go with Larry Johnson, Grandmama. He was one of my favorites coming up, man. I loved him big time. If I had to pick a top 5 now, obviously from a skill standpoint, that's gonna be tough to do, man. There's so many good players in the league right now. But I love Capella. I love and the other thing too that sucks about all of this is that the Rockets right now are in complete rebuild mode. So like right now I'm heavy on Kenyon Martin Jr. I'm heavy on Kevin Porter Jr., which are both on our squad. I love, obviously Green coming in, and then we got Alperen Şengün coming in. There's just so many things to be excited about with the Rockets right now. And I don't really I pay attention to the league in general, but modern day basketball, I'm really focused like on my Rockets. So, it is what it is. Anyone heard of a five-star grading? I have a Luka Hoops rookie on card auto in person, graded a 10, but thinking about cracking and sending to BGS. Jeff, the fact that I have no idea who you're talking about when you say 5-star grading is a complete indicator that you should absolutely crack that and send it to BGS. True sinners will make a comeback. There's a swinging pendulum, and the ball is about to swing back to the big man. I agree, Bishop. I agree. How about this? A true back to the basket big man. They just don't exist no more. They just don't exist no more. Can't blame the game though. Children at the power forward and center positions are taught to dribble. I don't knock it, Sam. I really don't. I think the way that they're teaching basketball these days, it's all about shooting and shooting and shooting, and they're teaching these big men, these big kids to dribble and stuff like that. But if you think about it, even LeBron James was, seeking out Hakeem Olajuwon to show him post moves. It was one of the great things that. We got a spammer. Hold up. I'm going to put you in timeout, champ. Hold up. We got a spammer in this piece. How do I do this? Let's get this guy out of here. Oh, that's when you made it, baby. When you get a spammer. Mama, we made it. We got a spammer in there. That's hilarious. Sorry, Drill Sergeant. We ain't going to have that up in here. Not up in here. Not up in here. That's it, buddy. I made it now. That's how I grew up. I grew up with a lot of friends like in hip hop and stuff like that, and they always tell me like, man, you made it when you get bootlegged. Like, that's when you made it. How big are you on Kenyon Martin Jr.? I have a Prism Auto. Bishop, holler at me. I'll buy it from you. I have a whole shoebox dedicated to nothing but Kenyon Martin right now. I want to fill it up with as much. I want to run some base and stuff like that. I have like base prisms, base select and stuff like that. But I really want to focus on colored parallels, autos. I picked up a bunch of his prism draft low numbered auto because he's not like he didn't have a alma mater, right? He was, I think he went to some basketball academy or something like that. That's where they drafted him from. So I have a bunch of stuff from him. So yeah, man, if you guys got anything y'all want to move in terms of like colored parallels, low numbered Kenyon Martin stuff, or y'all pull some and y'all do a group break or something and y'all randomly get the Rockets and y'all pull like some Kenyon Martin, some fire, holler at me because I got a bunch of stuff for trade. I can trade all kinds of stuff, so I'm always game for that. Let's see here. How big? Yeah, so about 4,000 subs and a spammer. Boy, Elon, it don't get no better than that, baby. It don't get no better than that. If y'all haven't already, hit the like button. We'll probably go for like another maybe 30 minutes or so. I usually try to do a 2-hour gig, which is dope because now I got this AC adapter set up. I haven't had to do the temporary podcast, which is dope. Grunt Dad, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining us. Hey, better late than never, baby. Better late than never. I'll take it. 600-pound deadlift. All right. Now you know I need to see receipts on that, bro. You really deadlift 600 pounds? The Jailblazers were my all-time favorite squad. Man, they were. Rasheed Wallace was yeah. Hey, look, it's the next comment was Rasheed Wallace. What up? Quick ethos check. Who won the 2014 Masters? I have no idea. I bought this hat at TPC San Antonio. I went to go watch my boy Patrick Reed play. I don't know. Look, I've said this before several times on this channel. I don't know shit about baseball. I know enough about baseball to follow my Astros. I don't know jack about golf. But my wife went to high school with Justine Reed, who is Patrick Reed's wife. And so we met them a long time ago when he was like barely getting on the tour. So we got to hang out with them a bunch, and I got the chance to like go like behind the scenes at the like PGA tours and stuff like that. So I followed him around, and I needed a hat one day, and then I went into the thing and I picked this up. So I don't know shit about golf, like, So anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I got this. I have no idea who won the 2014 Masters. Let's take a look. 2014 Masters winner. Bubba Watson. Look at that. I have no idea who. I know who Bubba Watson is, obviously, because he's a famous golfer. But outside of that, I have no idea. All I know is that my boy won one. My boy got that green jacket, so that's pretty dope. But yeah, we like I said, my wife went to high school with his wife, and we got to have dinner with him a handful of times, and we went to his daughter's baby shower and all that good stuff. So, yeah, got to hang out with them. That was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I came across like a lot of really high-end golfers back then when I was kind of hanging around with him, but I couldn't tell any of them from the next guy because I have no clue. Who's in your PC basketball? So my PC is Hakeem Olajuwon, Clint Capella, Sean Kemp, Penny Hardaway. Those are the main ones that I collect. And then obviously I'm following, anybody from my Rockets, anybody that was part of the championship teams for my Rockets. So your Sam Cassells, your Mario Ellis, your Vernon Maxwell's, Robert Ory's, Big Shot Bob. I got a bunch of Big Shot Bob stuff. Let's see, who else am I missing? I'm missing somebody there. Otis Thorpe, Matt Bullard. I love Matt Bullard because my dad loves Matt Bullard. So that's pretty dope. A lot of Hall of Famers, Calvin Murphy, Rudy Tomjanovich, anything like that. I'm always down to pick up. I've been picking up. I just recently picked this Calvin Murphy patch autograph. I think it was like numbered to 25. It's gold from National Treasure. The thing about this is I can pick this up for like $12, and it's like, for me, it's like I'm geeking out because it's like Calvin Murphy, and like nobody else gives a shit about Calvin Murphy. So Pete Chilcutt was another one. My dad loved Pete Chilcutt. My dad loved the shooters. He loved the shooters. So Matt Bullard, Pete Chilcutt, those boys were the shit. Hold on, I'm missing a couple of things here. I have a gold 210 auto of Sean Tate from the Dawn Run Gold. Yes, Taco, I am interested. Send me a message on Instagram, bro. Let's work something out. I have Kenyon Martin Sr. auto and DeMar Johnson auto. Game ticket seller person if you're interested. You got to see Pure Graded X's video when they hand cracking a sub. Carson Cruz Company. I'll check that out. Did you check out any of Akeem's? I messaged this morning. Didn't know if you needed any of them. Dan, I'll check them out, dude. I think man, this morning was a pretty crazy morning for me. Actually, my entire day was a pretty crazy day. So I haven't had a chance to really catch up. You might have seen that I saw it, but I mean, you know me, dog. I'm always gonna get back to you. I just haven't had a chance to get with the thumbs yet. Kenyon Martin Jr. went to IMG Academy. There you go. I was mistaken. It's not a Prism. It's a Contender red game ticket auto. Bishop, dude, send me a message on Instagram, bro. I'd love to take a look at it and talk to you about it. We'll see what we can do. Let's get these 86 Fleer Elijahwans back already. Chris, I could not agree with you more, brother. I am missing those cards as if, like, I'm missing my children. Those 3 cards, I bought them, like, at $50, like, a long time ago when things like First were really kicking off. I held on to them for a long time. And one of them I did buy it, and it was in really good condition. So I sent all 3 of them off to PSA before things got really stupid with PSA. It was the biggest mistake of my life. I wish I could have them back. But unfortunately, they're part of a group submission. I mean, I'm in tight with the guy who did the submission for me. I'm pretty sure I can ask him to do some stuff, but it within a bunch of people, and I'd rather not. If anything, it'll serve as an experiment. It kind of is what fuels the fire for a lot of the content that I have with PSA, and it kind of allows me this sort of like group to be in this group of people who are currently getting screwed by PSA. And which allows me to continue to do my content. So I would love to have them back as soon as possible because a couple, one, I mean, depending on the grades, I know they're going to come back shit grades. I'll probably end up cracking all of them and resubmitting all of them to SGC and maybe submit one of them to HGA with a custom slab. So we'll see. We should do some trades. Nathan, hit me up, man. You guys hit me up on Instagram, man. I mean, the biggest thing, I'm not, again, you guys know my rule, right? My $100 rule. But I'm always down for trading. You guys let me know what y'all looking for, what y'all want. You know, I'm always down to wheel and deal. I love wheeling and dealing. You know, just kind of keep in mind, y'all know my rule. And, you know, maybe we can work something out. But for sure, you know, anything Kenyon Martin, anything Hakeem Olajuwon. If you guys ever see out in the wild, if you're at your card shows or anything like that, if you guys ever see a Hakeem Olajuwon gold to 10, 1920 Prism, please contact me. Please contact me. That is the one card that I will most absolutely break my $100 rule for. And I would love to have it because I'm almost there. I only need 4 cards to complete that prism, the rainbow. Obviously not the one of ones. There's 3 one of ones. There's a black shimmer, and a nebula. Those I'm not even. I mean, if I come across them and I can get a deal, I can make a deal for them. Great. But my rainbow is really going to consist of those above that. So I only need 4 more cards to complete that rainbow. So if y'all see it, man, y'all holler at me. Or if y'all see the 5. Either the neon green to 5 or the neon green black gold or the green choice to 8. Any one of those, y'all let me know, man. So y'all holler at me up. Any card you're looking for from around 2002 to 2004. I got a big collection of those years. 2002 to 2004. So the only card that I would have really been chasing for in that year group would have been LaMelo rookies, and I already Carmelo rookies. I got a handful of those already, so I'm pretty set there. 2002 to 2004. Yao Ming. I think Yao Ming was 2002. I need to start picking up some Yao Ming. What year did Yao Ming get drafted? I want to say it was 2002 or 2001. It might have been 01, 02 that he got drafted. Let's see here. 2002. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, 2002. You got any Yao Mings, Nick? Any good Yao Ming rookies, man? Holler at me. Yeah, I have a few Yao Mings and Carmelos. Yeah, holler at me, man. Just shoot me a message on Instagram, man. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I see all of them on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll follow back. All that stuff. Kirsten G. Hi, new here. Hello. Do you know if HGA and SGC measure cards? I know there are plenty of trim cards out there, and I have never seen HGA and SGC reject cards for evidence of trimming. Kirsten, you could not have asked a better person that question, because I am about to show you evidence that SGC does return back cards and label them trimmed. Now, if you guys watch my channel long enough, you know that I sent off some cards that came back as trimmed or rejected. So they will do that. Oh, somebody was asking me if I had any other Pokemon. I do. It's like basically the three, all the birds, Moltres, Articuno, all that good stuff. Those are my cousin's cards. I'm submitting those for him. They will reject your cards for being trimmed. I can tell you that with a high level of certainty, because they rejected a couple of my cards. Here we go. So they'll do one of two things. They'll either say that they're trimmed, which these were hand cut, and I hand cut them too much, and that's why they got trimmed. And then this one was kind of like the equivalent of their like minimum size. They said it was too small. Now, if you know anything about this set is inherently small from the factory. I still need to follow up with SGC on this one, because I think that I have like 6 of these, and I wanted to get them all graded, but they're just smaller. This is the Sears All-Star set that came out on the 90 hoops or the 89 hoops, and yeah, I wish I would have been able to get them graded, but it came back rejected. So I need to talk to them, because I've seen a bunch of them. Here's another card that I absolutely adore, which is this. It's like all 3 of like my PCs in like one card, which are like, it's like so dope that a card like this exists. I have a few of these I need to send off to SGC. I got all kinds of stuff in here, man. I got like maybe like 10 of these that I need to send off to SGC to get graded. A handful of those. Let's see what else we got in here. This card, okay, is one of my original cards from when I was a kid. 50 Point Club, Michael Jordan Topps. It's not in the best condition. It's probably going to come back like a SGC 7 or 8, but I'm fine with that. I got about another 10 of these that I need to send off. I mean, I just got all kinds of stuff in here. So, yeah, I got some football. Nick Bosa. This is a field level prism. Nick Bosa. Pretty dope. And then I got some. This is DeAndre Hopkins, who's no longer with my Texans, but it's all good. Just a bunch of stuff, man. Like I said, whenever I get in a few bucks, check that out. That's 87 sticker. No, this isn't sticker. Yeah, it is 87 sticker. Send that off. Phil Jackson rookie card. All kinds of stuff. Penny Hardaway first year prism that I need to send off. So anyway, bunch of stuff. So anyway, Kirsten, yes, they do send your cards back if they deem that they're trimmed. 1920, yeah, 2019-2020 2019-2020 prism is what I'm talking about. Top choice. 3/8 minimum, believe or crack. SGC is just killing it right now. I'm pulling for you for sure. Hey, I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks, man. Tell you what, Retro, I'm gonna get in touch with you and send you this art for free. Bishop, my guy. Man, that is mighty generous of you, dude. I appreciate that. Get in touch with me, man. Let's work something out. PSA or BGS? Alex is asking PSA or BGS. I think both are equally as backed up right now, but absolutely go BGS. If you're dead set on one of the two, absolutely go with BGS. And the reason why I say that is because of the transparency that inherently comes with BGS by way of the subgrades. You can't go wrong with that. That's my opinion, Alex, for sure. You can get a Yao Ming time for about $40, cheap for a rookie season game used card. Yep. Slow learner for sure, man. I need to look. I haven't done much digging on Yao Ming. As you can tell, I mean, there's a pattern with my PC collection, and it's all centered around the Rockets for the most part. But I haven't really gotten to that point in the timeline yet where I'm looking at Yao Ming or looking at a Tracy McGrady when Tracy McGrady in a Rockets uniform, that kind of stuff. The other thing too that I really want to start chasing also. One of the things the Rockets did is Rockets offered pretty lucrative contracts to some very high-end players at the tail end of their careers, right? Carmelo Anthony being one of them. Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen was with us for a while. Obviously Tracy McGrady wasn't at the tail end of his career, but he got injured and all that happened. So I need to start looking at that and go into that. So yeah, I definitely need to check it out. RVA Sports Cards, what's up, man? A card channel is live. I have to watch. What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome. Yes, I am live. I try to go live at least once a week for a couple hours just to hang out with folks and just to see what's popping. So yeah, thank you, RVA. Thank you, welcome. Appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't. If you're in the chat and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. We're trying to get the likes up on this kind of stuff, so I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. $30 a card, you're nuts. A lot of those cards in a 9, you wouldn't get $20 for them. Mostradamus. You're right. Some of those cards I wouldn't make any money off of them. But if you follow my channel, you'll know that a lot of what I do for grading is for PC. So not really too concerned with resale value so much as I am with collecting some of my favorite cards and as high a grade as I can possibly get them. So I've done that several times where I've sent off 10 of the same card, kept the top maybe 3 or 4 grades, and then it's completely sold off the rest, most of them at a loss. I don't really care. Just looking to get some money back from them. So you're right. I wouldn't get $20 for them. You're absolutely correct. Have you looked into Pokemon market at all? I think there's a huge opportunity to make money on Charizard from 2010 to now. You can grade rod cards and resell for 200 plus on some. I haven't, Kyle. I'll take a look at that. BillyOcean.com. Do you speak Spanish? Sí, hablo español. Believe it or not, English is kind of second language, a little bit. Kind of English and Spanish I learned the same time. I actually learned to read and write in Spanish before I learned to read and write in English, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I do speak Spanish. I am Mexican. I am Mexican by nationality. So, what does an authentic grade mean for SGC? I had a seemingly perfect sticker come back as authentic. No clue what that means. Soccer. So, if you haven't watched the last video that we did, me and Pete sent off a really awesome Hakeem Olajuwon that was damaged by SGC, and it received a really low grade. And one of the things that they offered as part of compensation or whatever is they said, we will grade this for you again if you wish to drop the grades and just go with authentic. So that's basically them authenticating the card. Now, if you sent it off looking for a grade and they didn't give you a grade and they gave you just authentic, that's kind of weird. I would reach out to SGC about that. And get some comment on that, because they'll tell you exactly what happened. One thing that comes to mind is at the time that you're submitting the card, I think you can do a checkbox where you don't want a grade, you just want it authenticated. Possibility you might have clicked that, I don't know, but I'd definitely reach out to SGC if you were looking for the card to get graded or the sticker to get graded, and it didn't get graded. So we'll see. There may be like a minimum thing. I don't know. It may be one of those things, but definitely reach out to them and ask them what's going on with that. I got a 2019 5 random Harden 1 Capella. 5 Harden 1 Capella for free if you want. 5 random. Miguel, I'm not exactly sure what you mean there. 5 random Harden, 1 Capella for free if you want them. Thank you. Very strange because it was one of several. Yeah. Love the big Legend 1980 stuff. Do you have any 87 Fleer Elijah ones? Yes, I do. I have I went through this kind of phase where I was picking them up where they were dirt cheap, like dirt cheap. I was picking them up for like 10, 15 bucks in PSA 10s and PSA 9s and PSA 8s, which for me at the time I was like, damn, 87 Fleer PSA 9s and PSA 8s. I was picking them up for like 10, 15 bucks. Why not just buy one already graded for cheaper than it is to grade it then? Mainly because it's cards that I've pulled that I want to keep. I like the idea of owning a card that I pulled from a pack and sent it off and got it back and it got a good grade, as opposed to buying a card that's already graded. That's just my own funky, stupid little thing, but that's half of the reason why. Some of those I'll send them off. And then some of them are just like old collection stuff that's got some sentimental value to that specific card, even though there's like 50 of them that I can buy for like $1. Have you ever answered question, how long to hold a rookie card for? Clues to get rid of a card versus hold. Ryan, Birdsell, Texas SEO expert. Texas SEO. What's SEO? Search engine optimization? Is that what you do, bro? Man, there's just... I really don't know, to be honest with you, Ryan. I think from an investment standpoint, I'm a big homer, so I pick up a lot of like local stuff, and I really key in on what they're doing. So I really don't know in terms of markers and things like that. I mean, I would look at Sports Card Investor. They do a really good job of speculating and prospecting when it comes to that kind of stuff. So they'd probably give you a little bit more information on that. But I wish I had a better answer for you, man. Sorry. Ziggy's in the house. Still in stage 3 on Ultra Modern. Get your cards back, bro. Ziggy, if you're still on stage 3, get your cards back. Doesn't Altered get authentic too? I don't know. I don't think so. LaMelo is skilled. You cannot make a nice R on a Prism base at $200 per. Nope, you cannot, Web. Absolutely. Have you thought about Retro Hoops grading? I would sub. Listen, man, I am nowhere near... I don't have enough chops to be able to tell anybody what their grades are on their cards, man. Not a bad idea, though. I'm Mexican and Samoan, but I never got to learn because my mom never taught me Samoan, and my dad got deported when I was young, so I didn't get the opportunity to learn Spanish. That sucks, AG. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. I mean, luckily my dad was pretty strict about Spanish in the house, and then outside, I obviously learned how to speak English. My mom spoke very good very good English from the beginning. My dad speaks good English as well. He was just very adamant about Spanish only in the house, so I picked it up. And then I spent a lot of my childhood in Mexico as well with my grandparents and things like that. I did a couple of years of school when I was there as well, so I picked it up, luckily. Tom, what's up, man? Good evening to you as well. You ever thought about opening up your own card/memorabilia shop? Sports Card Report Cards is asking if I ever decided to become an LCS. Yes, absolutely I have. But it's something that I'm still kind of mulling over. I live in Houston, which is a massive metropolitan city. And for as big as our city is, I don't know how many LCSs there are. There can be too many. But I've always toyed with the idea. I have a very entrepreneurial spirit to begin with. My entire family does. My father never collected a paycheck. He was always a business owner. So we have some of that that's rubbed off on us. So yeah, I've thought about it. Absolutely thought about it. Especially, now with this big market of stuff that can be going on, and my love for Houston sports and Houston memorabilia. So yeah, I've definitely thought about it. SGC customer service is the best I have seen, and I don't know how long. Sent an email to customer service care at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Got an email 15 minutes later, 10 p.m. their time. Blown away. Yep, that sounds about right, Billy. Trying to learn Samoan right now, but it's so hard. AJ, once your brain is wired, it's very hard to rewire when it comes to language. That's why I say it's so important for children at a very young age. If you can introduce secondary and tertiary languages, it's always the best thing to do. So yeah, definitely. Grading can give you some attachment to a card. I love grading cards. I like grades are always aren't always key. I agree, Pete. Yeah, me and my man Pete have had so many conversations about grading and why we grade and what to grade. I always find it like very, very ridiculous that people tell people what to grade or what they should and shouldn't grade. Like, I think that's such a... If you're not looking to flip, if you're not an investor and you're a collector, there should be no limitations to what you can send or what you want to send. I believe you should be able to send whatever card you have that means anything to you. So yeah. I've got a Value Ultra Modern submission at PSA from November 21st, still on research and ID. I'd recall that back, Global. I'd recall that back. Johnny Clutch Cards. There's not a lot of shops out here, in my opinion. I live in Cyprus, and there's nothing. Johnny, I think they're... when you look up sports cards in the city of Houston, I think maybe 2 places pop up, and one of them is that Field of Dreams place that's in the Galleria that doesn't sell sports cards. They sell memorabilia, like very high-end memorabilia. They're in the Galleria. So yeah, I agree, man. Miguel says 5 hardened cards and 1 Capella from 2019 Panini status containers and hoops if you want them. Miguel, send me a message on Instagram, bro. I'd love to talk about it. You didn't draft Connor this time, right? Tom's talking. Oh, Tom's talking. What is stage 3? Stage 3 out of 5. Tweaking. I think it's like research stage for PSA. So if it's not past that research stage, you can recall your cards back. I have a Blockbuster store I'll sell you for cheap. I'm Korean, Japanese, and white. White people made fun of me for being half Asian, and Asians made fun of me for not being able to speak Japanese or Korean. Yeah, that sucks, man. Collect 3D prints in the house. Oh, man. So I was talking to my brother. Those of you guys that follow the channel, you guys know what's up. Man, I haven't done that. I didn't do it this live stream. I usually drop the thing in the chat, but yeah, I think collect 3D prints hit like almost 800, over 850 cards or cases sold, which is like amazing. So that's pretty dope. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if you guys want to pick up some cases from Collect 3D Prints. That is the affiliate link that you guys can use. It helps out the channel. So yeah, man, congrats to Collect 3D Prints on that. That's super dope. If you have time, check out the Sports Card Professor. He has some great 90s content breakout. I've actually checked him out, Grunt. He's got some pretty dope stuff. I learned Russian at 39 and took off to go to school there. Best decision of my life. Met my fiance and have been waiting there for almost 3 years. Sure Wise Wednesday. That's dope, Southern. That's dope, man. They say the best way to learn a new language is full immersion. So, that's pretty dope too. The only other language I'd like to learn is Italian, because I do plan to retire in Italy. I received my cards I sent to PSA from December, but I know people who haven't got their cards from October. Vino, how'd you do on your grades, man? Were you happy with them? Did you feel like they were accurate? Did you get screwed? Let me know, man. I'm curious. I say that to encourage everyone, never stop learning. Yeah, absolutely, man. Never stop learning. Absolutely. Always find stuff that you don't know that you suck at and keep at it. So basically, currently I'm going to present cards to SGC for grading. I guess this is not only my best option, but the only real action I have to get to grade currently. Yeah, so tracks, I mean, you have other options, obviously, right? But you just kind of got to weigh the pros and cons of each one and really decide what it is that you're looking for, right? Are you looking to get your cards back immediately so you can flip them? Are you looking to flip them? Are they PC? What are you looking to get out of your graded card? And then once you've established that, it becomes a little bit easier to kind of weed out who to send it to and what to send and all that other stuff. So, Man, we're up to 18. Oh yeah, so collect 3D print. So my brother picked up a gang of new printers because the influx of orders has been insane. So thank you to all of you who have picked up cases, man. I mean, those things. I a lot of people think that because he's my brother, I don't pay for him, but like I'll put in orders. I just put in an order for some PSA ones, but you know it's important to support the people that support the people that support you. So both of my brothers, my younger brother and my kid brother, my kid brother and my baby brother have both been huge supporters of the channel and always hyping me up and always, just giving me a lot of positive reinforcement when it came to putting this channel together and to keep going with it. And it's really it's really taken this channel where it is today, honestly. So, I'm glad to be able to have somewhat of an audience and a platform to be able to help push some of that stuff. So that's pretty dope. I think I'm going to start wrapping this up, folks. I'm right at the 2-hour mark, which is kind of where I like to be. So I want to thank you guys again. I absolutely enjoy doing these live streams and hanging out with y'all and talking some shit. We didn't really, oh man, you know what? We missed out this way. We didn't have our troll. We had a troll last time in our chat. So that, I kind of missed out on that a little bit, but we did have a spammer though, so that was cool. That's one of it's like one of those YouTuber bucket list things, like to have a spammer in your live streams. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let me just get through the last things. I would like PSA. This is my favorite live stream now. So much interaction with the chat. Hey, thank you, Kyle. I mean, that's. For me, bro, that's what it's about, man. I'm just here to hang out with y'all. I mean, I don't really my live streams are much like my videos, right? I mean, I just stand in front of the camera and hit record, or in this case, hit start stream or hit go live and just hang out with y'all and let y'all kind of take the conversation. So I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot for that feedback, man. It makes me happy you feel that way, because this channel feels natural and not forcing. You don't appear to be to hyping your own train. I don't have a train to hype, bro. Honestly, man. I live and die by those of you that watch my videos and those of you that join the chats and all that stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for everything, and so much for just showing up at these live streams, hitting the like button on the live streams, and watching the videos and sharing them. And there's been so many of you that have been sending me messages on Instagram about how much you guys enjoy the channel and enjoy the videos, and I really appreciate that. I try to get back to everybody who takes the time to send me an email or a DM, much like I try to interact with everybody who takes the time to write something in the chat. So I hope that you guys watch my videos and get some value out of them, and hopefully I'll bring you guys a fresh take or a different take from your normal YouTubers in the channel, in the space and on YouTube. So anyway, man, I think I'm going to cut it off here. Like I said, thank you guys to everybody who was on the live stream. I appreciate especially those of you who sent me a super chat. Those are like little bonuses for me, man, that really tell me that y'all enjoy this stuff, and it just gives me a little bit more incentive to keep bringing you guys as much content as possible. And man, watch the if you guys check out the videos, use the affiliate links. That always helps out too. A lot of support for for the collect 3D print cases. My brother's been working really hard on those, and I think it's probably one of the better products that's out there in terms of displaying. And that's just not me talking shit because it's my brother, but man, I appreciate you guys supporting that as well, and also hitting some of the affiliate links for some of the other stuff, and just supporting the channel any way you guys can. But the biggest thing, as always, man, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And we'll end it here. I really appreciate you guys. I love y'all. And I'll probably do this again. Oh, next week is the Dallas Card Show. I'll be there at the Dallas Card Show. I I may or may not be masked up. I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, so I may or may not be masked up. I got to try to find something that maybe I'll get somebody to do me a retro hoops like RH hat or something so y'all guys can recognize me. If you see me out there at the live stream, I mean at the Dallas Card Show, if you're out there, man, please say what's up, say hi, and I would love to meet you and shake your hand and tell you I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I just saw one comment that came in that I want to address. It says, am I the only one that loved PWCC? Larry, you might be on that boat by yourself. Yeah. I think a lot of people really hated it. They hated PWCC. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get some sleep. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit the links, hit the like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll catch you guys on the next stream. Or I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video, which is coming out. I got some football stuff coming up. I managed to score some football. So you guys get ready for that. And then I'll see y'all Wednesday for the PSA update video. All right. Love y'all.